Okay guys, Art Rayburn here. This is going to be just a quick update learning video on the sound system and the live streaming system. Learned a few things here, so let's get started. First thing is you'll notice that we no longer are going to use the mute button. Leave these that are any instrument we're using, leave it off through the whole service. If you want to mute that person, then just take their slider and move it all the way down. All the way up, or all the way down. All the way up is going to blast us out of here. So anyone, move it all the way down if you want to mute it. Now do remember, we have the two levels of inputs here. We have this one for the bottom channels, and this would take the top channels. Also, one thing we've noticed is people aren't able to hear very well on Facebook live streaming. So what we need is one person up here, either the audio guy or the video guy, to have their smartphone out watching the live stream service, but maybe putting your phone on mute or having earbuds in so nobody else can hear it. And what will happen is you'll hear see some of the comments saying, hey, I can't hear Roger preaching, or can't hear Wes preaching, or something like that. Now, if it's just you can't hear Roger preaching or Wes preaching, the simplest thing to do is to go over here to this red box, and this knob right here can be bumped up, and just turn it a tad. It doesn't have to go much, but just turn it a tad, and that will take the feed into the computer, make it louder. So if you can't hear them, go to the red box. If it's any other instrument, the easiest thing to do is for live streaming, you're going to have to do this. You go to Sends on Fader, MTX4, and that's our feed. That's our feed. So right now, the reason you couldn't hear it because Roger's totally muted, so that would need to go up to about there. Now, one thing to remember is I set these sliders every Sunday before the service starts. So there shouldn't be much to change except maybe just a bump up here and a bump up there. So once you get that changed, you just go back to Sends on Feeder, and this will go dark, and this is back at the house speakers. I always go back up here and click 1, so I know I'm not on 4. So this is the house speakers. One other thing, when the service is over, do not bring all the slides down. Just leave them where they are. Do not bring them down, but just leave them where they are. So let me go over again. If you need to bump some microphone up other than the pulpit, easiest thing to do, hit send on, didn't turn red, send on faders, or send on faders, MTX4, that's our feed. Let's just say it was wireless 2, which is Angie's mic. Then you just bump that up, okay? If it's wireless 1, which is my mic, just bump that up. And at the end of the service, like I said, do not pull all these down. Just leave them where they were, because I'm setting them every Sunday before the service. So now we're back to the house speakers. And notice everything there is unmuted. So that's the main part. Listen, have somebody watching Facebook Live and watching the comments. If it needs to be louder on just the pulpit, the easiest thing would to go over here, and it will actually bring up all the microphones, and it's this knob right here. All the others go Send on Feeders, number 4, and then over here you can adjust whichever. And remember, we have the 2 slots here too. So there's what we had Sunday is that. Okay, and they had Roger all the way up there, and they still couldn't hear him, which means that needed to be bumped up. His mic doesn't need to be that loud over here. So it means that over there needed to be turned up. Okay, let's go back to the house, and that's it. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.